Hello, it's Randy Dack and welcome back for another replay. This time I'm platooned up with Rossi on Kasserine and I'm in the tier 10 Italian medium tank, the Progetto 65. But this replay in particular, it's less about the tank and more about the teamwork. I wanted to do something a little bit different. I've only got one replay for you today, but I felt like I wanted to give it its own video just because it was mainly focused, on the platoon play basically. Me and Rossi working together, our communications, and it was a game where it wasn't really possible for me to win by myself or Rossi to win by herself. We both needed each other to work together, and those are always fun. You don't always get those games. Quite often it's just, if one of you is alive, you can often sort of win the game, etc. But this was a specific game where we needed each other, we relied on each other. So both me and Big Rossi had a good game. So we're on Kasserine, there's no artillery, no fun please, it's team destruction. So I'm going to move up to the north, use my mobility and get to an aggressive position just to see if I can give myself any intel as quickly as possible, because there is no light tanks on this map, on this game, so I'm feeling confident that I may be able to get there quickly enough to try and outspot anything crossing to go across to us and just give us that bit of information. Maybe I'll pick up some assistance or anything here, maybe I'll be able to get a few shots in, but at the very least just find some information. Now this is peculiar, I haven't spotted anything crossing, and not only that, but I'm not getting spotted in return. So that basically tells me, gives me the information, the early information I needed to know, that there isn't much, if anything, contesting this side of the map. So that means the whole of the enemy team is probably all trained together down the other side of the map. So me and Rossi need to act fast given that information now and push to try and get onto behind the enemy team, because at the moment there's me and Rossi not doing anything in the fight. There's also a medium, a TD and another medium not contributing to the game because we're both on the other side of the map. There's no enemies on this side of the map, so basically our team's outnumbered, and if you look at it that way. So we need to try and move quickly, react quickly and get over to the other side to help our team. Now at this point it's just about killing the priority targets in our way to stop us getting to our team. And I've seen this pattern on the top right hand side, and he's priority number one. I need to take out him so I can move on. There is a medium behind me, a Polish medium, but he's currently engaged with our back chat and he's not actually putting shots into me. So I'm going to try and make sure we take out this pattern first, which we do, securing us an opportunity to move forward. We've seen this medium here. You see I'm looking for shots into him. I really want to kill this guy as quickly as I can or ignore him because I want to get to where the real fight's happening. But our back chat's now full sent him and I don't have to worry about him. He's now been taken out. And now this has opened up an angle because we haven't hesitated. We're able to move in and get behind the enemy team. And again, I'm looking for the targets which are preventing me from getting to my goal, which is basically putting in shots into the guys shooting our team at the moment in that brawl. And this British medium tank, he is the target, in front of me now. So I'm prepared to dump my whole clip and go on a long reload if it means killing this tank, because then I can move on and actually help our team. At this stage it's looking pretty good, isn't it? We're actually so it's not looking very good. We're actually 3 tanks down now, so again we need to try and get into the fight. This guy's preventing me from getting there, but he has now got taken out. So at this point I said to Rossi, look, let's create 2 angles of fire. You stay here and use your armour to try and get shots in, because he does have shots. I'll push in and try and take the location where that standard B is located, because that would be a perfect angle for me to get shots in across at these guys, creating 2 angles of fire with me and Rossi. But it does mean I've got to take out the standard B first. I'm able to full clip this guy out if I drop my whole clip, which I'm prepared to do because again he's in the key location which I need. So we managed to get 3 shots into him, don't take any return, and we've got into a decent position now, able to get the shots into the enemy team. Me and Rossi have got 2 different angles, and that's a perfect thing we want to do because we are outgunned with 3 tanks down. And yeah, I want to try and get shots into as quickly as I can. But being a auto reloader like we are, I need to wait until I've got my shots in the clip before I start firing, because otherwise my DPM is going to be horrendous. But we've done what we needed to do in this tank. That's where the benefit of an auto reloader comes in handy, because we're able to dump our clip when we needed to take out key tanks, and then go on that longer reload while we don't need to. But we're basically 5 tanks down now, so you see I'm putting my clip into this Object 705 because I wanted to try and put him as low as possibly can, because we are outgunned in this scenario. And when you get in a situation like this, the key thing to do really is look for low health targets, look for one shot so you can even up the score, take out guns in the game so there's less shots coming back at you. And that's what I'm doing. You see I'm scanning through, I think I saw a machine there, or pattern or something with low health. He's sort of a target I'm looking for. And basically anything to try and even up the scoreline, because we're 4 tanks down at this point. And yeah, so I've seen this pattern. I've got 1 shot into him. I want to try and take him out if I can, because that would even it up again. It's 4-9 at the moment. So yeah, I'm looking. I know he's a 1 shot now. If I can take him out a bit, great. I do manage to take him out. I managed to avoid taking a shot from the 705. I do eat one off the pattern, but that's a decent trade for me, because that's a gun out of the game, and that's the key thing I need to do. This machine's a 1 shot. In the same clip, I managed to take out machine, putting it onto a 4 versus 6. And now you can just see the benefit of having this angle. But it is a 3 versus 6 now, and I don't think our other medium is really. I say this, but I don't think he's in the game that much at the moment. So it is important that we do to work. Unfortunately, I do manage to take it at 705, but he snapped ones into me in return, puts me on a 1 shot, and that has put me under a little bit of pressure. But it was key to take out that tank, because again, I can't stress enough, when you're outgunned, it's important to try and take out the guns as quickly as you can to try and even up the matchup. But the key thing with this is that me and Rossi have managed to get into a key position. You see he's over there and I'm over here, and what I'm doing is now I'm just covering Rossi, so if anything comes for Rossi, he knows he's got my support. And I'm always letting him know how many shots I've got in a clip, because that's a very important thing to do. Is basically because he doesn't want to know that an enemy's coming to attack him and I've suddenly dumped my clip and got no rounds to help him. I need to be letting him know constantly how many shots I've got in my clip, so that he's basically he's got all the information, because that's the key. You see we managed to take out the pattern there, but I've noticed he's got 2 heavies sort of coming around his side, so I'm letting him know the second he believes they're going to full send him, I need to know so I can get in a position to help. I'm putting myself in this position now because it's looking very dangerous that they're going to send him. And obviously Rossi is currently focusing on a Valor and a Mouse in front of him. If he has to turn his tank, then he may get shot by the Valor and the Mouse. So I'm not interested in shooting the Mouse, because Rossi is dealing with that. I need to keep my 4 shots now in order to basically help him if they do full send him. We've evened the scoreline up to a 3 versus 3, and I'm now waiting for them to come round. Obviously I'm unlit at the moment, and I imagine the focus would be on Rossi if they full sent him, so hopefully I may be able to get my shots away to help him out. You can see here it comes to the object, was it the 257 is coming in. This is where we saved our shots for. We got 2 into him now. Put him onto a 2 shot to us. He unfortunately bounced a shot, but Rossi gets 1 into him, and we then manage to take him out before he takes too much damage. Putting it onto a 3 versus 2. We're now going to go onto a full reload, and this game is, I'm not going to say 1 because I am a 1 shot and the other medium's out of the way. So we all go in, and Rossi's a 1 shot as well. So we don't all just go in 1 by 1. We could easily lose this game still. So it's important basically that when we go in together, so we can't just take all of us out 1 by 1. We're basically, if we go in together, we're going to win. So I'm going to wait to get my shots in. I can see this AMX 50B is going around for him. I'm going to wait until he engages. I can then dump him, put my shells in, and between us, if it goes for me or if it goes for him, one way or another we're going to be able to get the game in. So we get 1 in, damage his ammo rack, and then he gets blown up by the 50B, and that brings us to an end to the game. All that's left is to get to the results screen, and we can see exactly how we did. So you see Rossi had a massive 3 kills, 8,000 damage himself. I had 6 kills, 5,500 damage, brother in arms, and 1,000 odd assistance in the top gun. So you see between the 2 of us, You know, it was very necessary. We needed each other in order to win that game. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. You know, it was something a little bit different. And I just wanted to get one up there on my channel with a bit of team play, a bit of communication in there. So as always, thank you so much for your support. Happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!